Alright ladies, I'm going to show you how to change the oil so that way you won't have excuses, okay? So first thing you need to do is open the hood, obviously. And normally you open the hood from right here. This little lever has a little picture of a hood. You just pop it, pop your hood. It's always good. It's always good to have a place to put your oil in, which this is designed for that. You need this as a tool. You could use a 15 socket for a Chevy or a 19/32. This is a 4.3 engine, so it should have about 4 quarts of oil. So now that I warmed up the engine for about 3 to 5 minutes, just so it will be loose and warm, and it makes it flow faster. So I'm fixing to get underneath, and I'm gonna show you the screw real quick. That's the screw you want to undo right there. See that screw? That screw right there. That's what you want. That's where the oil pan is. You unscrew that and they'll let the oil flow, okay? And when you tighten it back up, do it gently, not too tight, because then it'll mess up the threads and then you're really going to be hurting, okay?
Do you need the tub?
Yes. Thank you. Let's get the tub in there first. And my tool.
It's at your right side.
And we'll slowly undo it.
No.
Okay. Man, they tighten it up at that shop.
You're tightening, aren't you?
Mm-mm.
Alrighty, done.
Oh my goodness. Pause it. Yeah, that was...
Okay.
Can you see it?
No.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna remove my hand. The oil's gonna come out. Just let it do that. And now we're gonna go up. And then it helps if we open up where it says engine oil. If you open it, that helps the flow a little bit better. Okay, so we'll let that come out. Meanwhile, as that's happening, I'm gonna take the filter off, okay? Because we gotta change the filter too, because the filters get real dirty, and if you don't change it, you're just putting junk back into the oil. So it's better to change the oil and the filter. So I'm fixing to do that real quick, and I have the spare filter here. This is the filter. What is recommended is that you get this new filter and put some oil in it, okay?
New oil.
New oil, fresh oil. We can open it. Here we have the oil. We'll pour just a little bit, okay? Let it go down. All right. I know a funnel would be nice if you're clean, but I'm very bad at stuff like that. Okay, the seal, get it wet. Now seal nicely. Okay. Now that we have the oil there. Now I'm gonna put this to the side for now. Put a cap on this just to be safe. Okay, now the oil should be drained. And I'm going to take the filter off. When you put the filter, you don't need a tool to tighten it. Just tighten it with your hand, tight as you can. Some not too bright person did an oil job on this when they did some work on my truck, and they must have put an impact on the drain bolt, and it was almost impossible for me to get it off. I had to actually use an impact to loosen it. That's ridiculous. You should never have to use an impact to do that. You just do it by hand, okay? So remember that. If not, you're tearing up stuff. So I'm fixing to get down there, and I'm going to change the filter. This is a Chevy 2000 model, 4.3 engine. The filter is right there, right where the bolt is. See that bolt? Where it was, where the drain is right directly on top of it. So here it is, and I'm fixing to take it off. Here it is. It didn't take much effort. He managed to do that part right. So oil's gotta come out, so a lot of times you're gonna get dirty, just so you know. Use old clothes, you see that? It's already draining. So ladies, or if there's a gentleman in the future listening to this, know you're gonna get dirty. So let it drain out, be patient. See that dirt? The magnet, there's a magnet in the end of that bolt. It caught some junk in there. That means that there's gunk in my engine and I bodied you, so that's most likely true. So it'd be good to later on buy Lucas and get it to clean out the system and buy some cheap oil, change it out after a few miles, change it again. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and finish loosening it. Get your hands dirty, don't worry about it. It's just oil. Here it is, it's down. And yeah, this is very sloppy. I don't claim to be a professional mechanic. I just like to do my own work when it's an old truck like this. I'm a welder, not a mechanic. I do like to do mechanic work though. But anyways, you girls know that. So let's just put that there. Meanwhile, I'm gonna let it sit here because I have no other place to put it and let it do its thing. Now I'm gonna put this bad boy on. May I have that blue rag, please? That was on top of the engine. A red rag, I'm sorry. Thank you.
You have the new filter?
In the new filter, pick it up directly. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clean this bolt real good. Okay? Some people do this work in Walmart and other places. I don't want to badmouth anyone, but it could happen anywhere. It's not just Walmart, any place. And they fail to tighten them up correctly. And one of the major reasons for that is that they don't clean the bolt real good and they don't clean this area real good. Okay? So that when that happens, there's not a very good seal. And I'm thinking the person that did this job last, because I had no time, didn't clean it up real good. See, the oil's still draining, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it drain a little bit more. Meanwhile, I can actually change the filter. So I'll wait patiently till it drains a little bit more, and I'll change the filter.
Can you get him the filter, Jess?
I have a lovely assistant here giving me good help. Can you take it out the box, my lady, please?
Yes.
Thank you kindly.
Got it.
All right, princess.
Oh, I think she gave it to you backwards.
No, she did it right. Okay. And there's the filter. I'm gonna hand tighten, go righty tighty, lefty loosey. Remember that? Okay. This is an affordable filter that I bought at O'Reilly's. I've used them before. They seem to be pretty good. They do the job. My truck is old. I use it for work, so I try to keep it tuned up. This should be a 30-minute job. Should be. If that screw will cooperate with me. Okay, there's a good filter that has black grip on it. And I buy those in the past, and they're better to do this with. These are struggling with because they're very slippery. Finally caught the thread. There it is. It's going down gently now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that rag so I can get better grip. At the dealership in my newer truck one time do the filter work. And as I had the truck in the parking lot, it had oil. And we're talking about a truck that was only a year old or so. And I was wondering what the deal is. I looked underneath out of curiosity. They didn't tighten up the filter correctly. I don't know what the deal was, but they didn't tighten it up correctly. So it was leaking and losing pressure. So that's why I like to use a rag just to make sure. Better grip. And there it is. Now if you don't think you're that strong, just get that filter tool. Just lightly pull on it and you should be fine, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put the bolt on, ladies. Okay? Do it a little bit. Now that I let the flow stop, now clean it up over here. Okay? Now go ahead and finish the job.
Can you reach him this tool, Jess? That's your phone.
Now, remember, I don't do this every day for a living. In case there's criticism, don't sweat it. The job's getting done. Always try to keep the area clean as much as possible. Okay, I'm using a 15 metric socket because I couldn't find my 1932nd socket that's standard. Okay, there it is. Didn't tighten it all that much. That should do the job. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna get my rag and I'm gonna get up there and put the new oil in. That's all the underwork we need to do. Besides picking up the mess. A lot of times what I do is when I warm the engine up, which it helps to do it, back it up slowly. It gives you the clearance you need for the pan, and then you get the pan. And normally once I'm done with the new oil, I use this same bottle, gallon container, and put the old oil in there and take it to the O'Reilly's, and they do a wonderful job of getting rid of it and then give you no headaches. Okay, so now my funnel, I believe, is in my pickup. Excuse me. The funnel's clean. You don't want junk in the funnel. Don't want to do that. Make sure all that little mugrerito, trash, is out of there. All right, miss, ladies. You don't have to have a guy to do this. If you like to get dirty like that, it's all good. You look prettier. You're a little dirty. From hard work. Want to get out of the office for a little bit and do your own work. Make your husband fall overly in love with you. Just don't make him do the oil changes for him too, okay? Unless he's gonna cook for you. Alright, daughters, ladies. I'm putting 4 quarts in there, so I know I haven't put enough, so I'm going, and then what I'll do is I'll stop, and there's a line here on this. See this container? That's my last quart right there. So that means I got pretty much 1.5 quarts left. But that's your last quart right there. Alright? So once I get to that, that's when I check for sure. Make sure I didn't overdo it. So there's some containers that don't have it. So what I've done before in the past is I'll get one of these quarts. Okay? And what I'll do is I'll pour 1 quart in there. And then I'll know I have 4 quarts left. Alright? Just a little bit more.
You mean you'll take oil from this big one and pour it into the smaller quart?
Yes, I'll put...
That way you'll know you'll just have 4 quarts and
yes,
not pour too much into the engine.
Exactly.
So what happens if you pour too much into the engine?
It'll start smoking. It'll be white smoke. What you do when that happens, you take that same bolt down, put a nice clean pan, and drain about... You have to kind of eyeball it about 1 quart. Drain a little bit, plug it back in, and check the dipstick, because the dipstick will tell you. Once you check the dipstick in a level ground, then you know you're taking enough. Go by the dipstick, and I'll show you in a little bit the dipstick, okay? I think I'll stop right there for now. It's a little bit less than a quart left. A little bit more than a quart left. Okay. And
how often should we check our engine oil
I would
level?
say if you got an old truck like mine, this one's old. This one's got 215,000 miles. I got new gaskets put on it, so it's holding the oil pretty good. Either so with the no truck, I recommend maybe once a month, check it. Make sure you got plenty of oil. Now they have these computers that tell you, but I still check it to be safe, especially before you take off to a trip. You're going home to visit after college or whatever, check it before every trip as well. You're supposed to change your oil every 3 months or every 3,000 miles. Okay? So now I'm going to put this back on. Now I'm going to check my dipstick. This is my engine oil dipstick right here. Okay? Closer to the front. Don't confuse this one with the transmission one that's further to the back. That's transmission is further to the back. This is what you want. Engine oil. Okay, right now since I barely took it out, it just shows a little bit. Clean it real good. I like to also look at the back of it when you're a little confused. You see all these checker looking things? Don't pass where that arrow is. You want it right around that area. Within this area, close to the top, around there, down. That's what you want. Okay? Where it says add, if you check and it says add, that means you need oil. And you know, a lot of times you can hear it because it starts to knock a little bit. So now that it's fresh and it's clean, I'm going to check it again. Mind you, the areas where we're parked in our home is not flat. So I'm going to have to actually take it for a ride in a little bit, then check it again, okay? There it is. It looks pretty good. It looks like it's right on the money. So I'm safe right there. You see it? It's in that safe zone I mentioned. Okay? So there it is. That oil is done and changed. Try to keep my area clean. If you ever pour, as you're pouring oil, and you pour some into the engine, I recommend wipe as much as you can, and eventually the rest of it will burn off. If you don't wipe the rest of it, you'll see a lot of smoke, and it might get into your cab. So avoid that. Thank y'all. Girls, I hope you listen and learn to do your oil change, okay? Yourself, all right? Later, Gator.
Wait, no, show me.